You're watching Guitarist Dreaming 352, the home of all things guitar related. If you believe it and conceive it, you will achieve it. And now it is my pleasure to introduce your host, the dreaming guitarist, Will Starr.
Hey everybody, how we doing? How you doing? How you doing? My name's Will. I'm the Dreamer. Welcome to my show, Hanging with the Dreamer, where guests come and hang out with me and we chat about stuff. We chat about what they're doing currently. If they're a musician, what music do they have? What music are they getting ready to release? If they're a manufacturer or a brand, what products are coming out? What products are in the works? If that comes up, I mean, it's pretty much we chat about everything. I chat about everything here on the show. Now today, hi, I see somebody is in the chat. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Well, before I continue, I just want to say that my guest that was going to be on today is the massive musician in the Mid-South by the name of Mark Nash. Mark is a wonderful musician, a great person, and he's a great guy, and he's very knowledgeable, he's very talented, and he's amazing. And the band that he plays in, Area 53, is absolutely amazing as well. So I encourage everybody to go check him out. Go check out Mark's links in the description box below. You check out my links. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And if you like my show, consider checking out my support link. Now, my guest today, Mark Nash, could not be here. Something came up. He had technical difficulties. But I have an update on Area 53. The band has a new lineup. That's wonderful. And it's working on new material, some of which hasn't been done by other bands in the past. Hey, check that out. Area 53. Mark uses Dean Gibson, BC Rich guitars, and Dalmanger pickups. And he is now playing an EVH 5153 amp. Are you ready for that? An EVH 5150 version 3 amplifier. I love those amps. That's a good one. He's still using his blonde amp also. And he also plays BC Rich guitars. Mark is a great guy, and he is having technical difficulties, and he will be back and at a little bit later date, because I personally can't wait to hear what his new rig sounds like. That guy is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal musician. And I apologize for any inconvenience, streamers, but it happens. So the show must go on. Mark is going to try his old laptop in a few minutes to see if he can get it running. Hey, Mark might be joining us after all. Keep your fingers crossed, dreamers. In the meantime, let's see who's over in the chat. Sonic Sonia, what is going on? Hi, Will Starr. Hey, there's Dwight Bailey. Hi, Dwight. Hey, Dwight saying hi to Sonia. Sonia, hi, Dwight Bailey. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome, Sonic Sonia. Welcome, Dwight Bailey. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Hanging with the Dreamer. It's a beautiful day. So I have some updates that I would like to share while my guest is working out his technical difficulties. The um, the update is this: in an effort to become more of a brand and become more brand focused, which is the whole reason why I'm doing this, and to help other people get their voices out there. Um, I am getting ready. I'm smack dab in the middle of creating a Facebook like page for the show for Hanging with the Dreamer. And in that like page, I'm going to have a section of upcoming interviews or new content. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to call it yet. And I'm going to start doing recorded interviews and post those links. My interviews won't be live. I will still do live streams because I am setting up a brand new production space right now. And after I'm done with that, and I have my camera switcher hooked up and everything's running right, all my cameras are running right, and I'm happy with the production, I'm going to start doing daily live streams. Business is going to pick up for the Dreamer, and it's going to, I'm very excited about this. Hey, I see somebody else popped in. Come back. And, you know, in the words of the immortal Freddie Mercury, the show must go on. So, you have technical difficulties, you have bad shows, learn from it. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Shrug it off. You got to keep moving forward. And I'll tell you, today is a very big day for the Dreamer. So before I get into that, I will be doing an update on the progression of my new production space. I keep looking over here. It's right over there. Nobody can see anything yet. I'm not ready. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm trying to set up a real creative inspirational space. I'm very thankful for the space I have. Not really a whole lot, but you know what? Good things come in small packages, right? It's all good. I also want to give a very special shout out to Red Dragon Guitars on Facebook. If you're looking for a killer instrument, I highly recommend looking up Red Dragon Guitars on Facebook. The owner is a wonderful guy. He's got wonderful people working for him. Red Dragon Guitars on Facebook. Hit him up in Messenger if you have for any guitar questions, for any gear questions. I highly recommend them. I also would like to give a big shout out to Billy Rowe and Rock and Roll Relics. I hope all is well. I'd like to give a big shout out to TC Electronics. Thank you for all the wonderful, wonderful presets. And thank you for the Plethora 5. That's a phenomenal union. And I personally can't wait to get my hands on it. And also, I would like to also extend I would also like to extend an invitation for any musicians that may see this stream today, that may see this episode of Hanging with the Dreamer, Season 1, Episode 5. And I would also like to let everybody know that if you'd like to just come hang out with the Dreamer, it's free. Come on over. Come on over, hang out. I love to meet every single one of the awesome people out there, awesome dreamers out there that have been supporting my channel, supporting my vision. Dwight Bailey, definitely you're on that list. Sonic Sonia, definitely on that list. And many others. If it wasn't for the encouragement from all of you, I probably would have given up a long time ago. But I believe in myself and I believe in my vision. Now, I also see that somebody's watching. So please feel free to say hi in the chat. And I would love to say hi to you. Introduce yourself. Say hi in the chat. Mark Nash just messaged me. Hey, I also want to give a big shout out to Eric Broadbent, Music Gear Network, and the Helix Hour. Thank you, Eric Broadbent, for giving me some great suggestions and showing me a great way to be more professional and to have a professional outlook on my productions. Everybody check out Eric Broadbent and check out Music Gear Network and check out the Helix Hour. I highly recommend it. Well, you know, Mark, it's okay. I love you, bro. Anytime that you'd like to come on over. Everybody's got technical difficulties. I had them yesterday, and I had them at the worst possible time. Let me tell you what happened. So, before I get into that, see what's going on in the chat here. Nocturnal Butterfly here is, yay! Dwight! I just told them you were live. Well, thank you. Thank you, Network. Thank you, Nocturnal Butterfly. Say my name and I appear. Yeah. How's it going, Music Gear Network? Eric Broadbent, how are you, sir? I hope all is well. I hope all is well in Canada. And I hope everybody in the Broadbent house is happy and grateful and wonderful, because you guys really are wonderful. And I wouldn't be doing this without the support and the positive vibes and the encouragement of the Broadbent household. And I can't thank you guys enough. Just don't say my name 3 times in the mirror. Candyman, huh? That's cool. That's very cool. Very cool. I haven't seen that movie for a long time. Aha, Dwight saying hello, Music Gear Network. Let's see. Music Gear Network says, howdy, Dwight Bailey. I can't thank the Broadbents enough. I really can't. I know I say it over and over and over again, but I mean it. And, you know, there's times in life to where you gotta make decisions, you gotta make choices, you know, and I've made mine. Now also, I Also, there, what were we talking about? See what happens when I don't have a guest? Oh my God. No. You know what? Everything's good. Everything's good in LA County in the kill zone. Everything's all good, you know. It's pretty scary down here right now, but I'm safe. My family's safe. And my animals are safe. And it's, this is definitely a time up for some serious self-reflection. And every morning when I get up, I always take a minute, well, actually probably hours to be correct, and be thankful for what I have in my life, because not everybody gets a second chance in life. And sometimes people get a second chance in life and they don't use that chance right. Well, I got a second chance in life and I'm doing it right this time. I'm doing everything I can. I'm thankful for the broadbands. I'm thankful for everybody in my chat. I'm thankful for my army of dreamers that I am very slowly seeing things come together. I'm even thankful for Mike and Guitars. Everybody check out Mike and Guitars YouTube channel. He has a pretty dedicated view on things. And check him out. I highly recommend it. Check him out, you know. Everybody's different. I'm different. Not everybody's the same. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Thank you, sweetie. Back at you. Well, that's how I feel, you know. Life is too short, and my life's getting shorter every day. And I've got to say how I feel and how much I appreciate you guys, Sandra. Where's Mr. Nash? Well, good old Mr. Mark Nash, he ran into some technical difficulties, and he's still trying to work it out. So you got just little old me, and I figure I'd hang out for a while and just chat with everybody. Yesterday on the show, I had two real awesome guests. What did Dwight say? Gotta go, Will. Hang out. Great hangout. I hope you have a great day, and everyone. Hey, thank you, Dwight, and I hope to see you again. Next week, I'm going to start my recorded interviews, and I'll be talking about those interviews coming up next week, all through the week. Nocturnal Butterfly, sorry to hear that. Storms everywhere today could be interfering. Could be. As a matter of fact, you know, Sandra Lee, I think that's a great concept that could be happening. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell Mark. So, we were, let's see, I talked about the new creative space right over there, that new production space that will be the birth of my new brand, Hangin with the Dreamer, and will push me in a direction of becoming a very serious brand. Also, I just want to finish this real quick. also, thank you, Sandra. I text Mark and I told him maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. Hey, there's Nocturnal Butterfly is saying bye to take care of Dwight. They're the thing that I would like to say right now is I am kind of put in a place right now in the, my path in life. My path is lead to some unknown doors. Doors that I don't know what's behind these doors. And this is usually a time when a lot of people back up and are going, man, I can open that door. I can open that door. I don't know what's behind there. Freaking crazy. I believe I heard very, very, very strongly. And with all my faith, with everything inside my heart and soul, that behind every door is opportunity. And behind some doors are things not so great. Behind other doors are wonderful, wonderful opportunities. Well, I had a knock on the door one day, and the reason why I have taken my show a lot more serious, and the reason why I'm creating a new production space is because I got some advice, and I got some advice from somebody who really knows what they're talking about. And my phone blowing up. Let's just see it. How Mark's doing. Oh, it's raining where Mark is right now. Whoops. You might be right, Sandra Lee. It's raining where Mark Nash is right now. It's raining. Oh, oh man. The that could be the problem. That could be a problem. Let's see what happened in the chat. Larry Dwight Bailey, stay safe, my friend. Oh dear, Sonia, Nocturnal Butterfly says. Nocturnal Butterfly says you're rebooting, huh? Nocturnal Fly says, Butterfly says that I am good now. Well, thank you, Nocturnal Butterfly. Sonia says it's just exciting for me, Nocturnal Butterfly. Did I miss something? I probably did. I usually do. Oh, okay, let's go back up here. Let's see what song Sonia says. I'm distracted. Some candidates for government are within throwing distance from me today, and I'm trying to figure out how to meet them. Oh, Sonic Sonia, are you gonna get yourself in a little bit of mischief? Be careful. Be careful. Be safe out there, Sonic Sonia. Nobody's playing any games. People are playing for keeps. And it truly is every dog for himself right now. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Be very careful out there, please. Let's see, Music Gear Network says, Eric Broadbent, it was a connection for a moment, Will Star. It was bad for about 3 seconds. It happens. It happens. So now I know that I really didn't have anything laid out on a sheet. I'm coming to you live from using my StreamYard on my laptop. I keep looking out the window for a reason. I'm kind of distracted because I'm waiting for a very special delivery. And I am kind of caught in a quandary. Excuse me. I'm caught in a quandary about something, and I know that there are a lot of people that are doing a lot worse than I am, and I know that I see it. I see it every day, and it breaks my heart. But I know that I don't have the power to change that. But then again, maybe there's a tiny something I can do about it. And even if it is the way I present myself in my production and my show. So, the quandary that I'm having right now is I have four well, I'll just say that I have 4 unboxings to do from 4 separate companies. If I do this live, so I could give shout outs and see what everybody else has to say about everything, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, because I'm very lucky and the stars lined up for me, in which I'm very grateful about that. I'm very blessed, and I'm very fortunate, and I don't take it for granted, because I know at any time it could be gone like that. It's happened before, it could happen again. I don't take anything for granted, and I cherish every little bit that comes into my life, because it's what I believe in, and it's what I know to be true and right. And my faith in myself is based around it, achieving my goals. I'm the underdog. I'm the guy that people look at sometimes and go, he can't do it. He can't do it. Number one, in the words of Nikki Sixx, never let anybody tell you you can't achieve a goal. You're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too disabled. Forget that. You only have 1 leg, 2 arms. Forget that. You know what? I'm living proof that you can do anything if you believe in yourself and have faith in yourself. You can accomplish the impossible. And have faith in your guiding light. You know? Have faith in the positive energy and the positive vibes that you receive and that you put out. You can do anything. Fantasies can come true. Dreams can come true. This show is proof of that. I'm just sharing how I feel, folks, because I just feel like it's time to start sharing certain things with everybody. And hey, if anybody thinks I'm crazy, I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about, cool. I'm cool with that. Because I know in my heart what I'm saying is right. Many people don't agree with me from time to time, or people want to point out like what I'm doing wrong. Well, I talked to somebody who is very encouraging and uplifting. And I will always be grateful to Mr. Adam Reaver and fu-tone.com because he was very positive, very uplifting, very knowledgeable, and taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him yesterday. He's a great guy, a great company, and I highly recommend fu-tone.com for your needs, for your music essential needs. Check them out if you haven't heard of them already. Hey, Poo Ninja's here. Your own doubt is your only real obstacle in life. So very true, Poo Ninja. What's happening, everybody? Hey, Cutter. How's it going, man? If I worried about how people thought about me, I wouldn't have as much fun as I do. That's right. You nailed that one on the head, Pooh. Very cool. Hey, you Cutter Savage. Well, you know something? That's it. That's it. And without, I gotta be very careful and very choice in my words. But I was advised by somebody very intelligent, very creative, very insightful. Will you have something to offer? Don't lose track of it, keep focused on it, and develop it, nurture it. So now, I've got myself set up for a multi-switching camera system. And I'm looking forward to getting everything set up. Let's see what my friend Mark Nash has to say. Mark has done everything that he can think to do, and it still isn't accessing the camera. It's beyond me. No worries. No worries. No worries at all, Mark. I'm right here. Mark is a good friend, and I value his friendship. No worries. No worries, Mark. I'm right here. Mark is a good guy, and he's a friend I hope to have for a long time to come, as well as all of you in the chat. Let's see what's going on. Speaking of which, Poo Ninja says, I was trying to watch C-SPAN, but it's so depressing I came here to be uplifted by a good crowd. Yeah, it's very depressing. Very sad. Very sad. Nocturnal Butterfly. You can always do interviews without a cam on. Yeah, podcast got no camera. Wow, you guys, that's a real good idea. I've been kind of entertaining the thought now that I'm adapting a more serious brand approach that will be making its debut on Facebook very soon. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about doing getting involved with doing podcasts. And that is a very good idea, Pooh. It's a very good idea, Butterfly. And I can't thank you guys enough. That just reaffirms what I'm thinking. And I think that's going to be something that I look seriously into. I believe me and Cutter Savage were talking about that one time, weren't we, Cutter? Or I apologize if I'm mistaken. So, where were we? I really got to learn how to keep on track. I'm such a space head from time to time. I'm caught in a dream. That's why my name is the Dreamer. That's why my name is the Dreamer. So, getting back to my original, what I was thinking. I have four unboxings to do. Well, three unboxings and an unbagging, I guess you could say. And it's from four separate companies. But at the risk of anybody feeling bad, I'm really questioning whether I should do it live or just do it in one giant video and edit it and, do the whole video editing thing. And so far, it's been mentioned to me that I should do it live. What do you guys think? Let's see what the chat says. Let's see, Poo Ninja says, yeah, podcast got no camera. Yep, that's right. Have Mark call in if you can. Oh, that is a great idea, Cutter. Wow. Space them out, good content for your channel. That's a good idea, actually, Nocturnal Butterfly. Wow. Music Gear Network says, I do them all in one live video, Will Stern. Yeah, I keep thinking about that, and I keep thinking, how can I do this in a way so that if somebody is new to the channel and new to me, new to the Dreamer and new to Guitarist Dreaming 352. I don't want them to feel bad, because I know what it's like to watch somebody else and go, oh man, they got that $5,000 custom shop guitar. I've always wanted one of those. Oh, and I just get disgusted at myself. I don't want to put anybody else through that. What's up, MGN? Cutter's saying hi to MGN. Yeah. So, I apologize, Eric. I said MSG. I was listening to some Shankers this morning. That's probably why. So, my apologies, and Robin McCauley, of course. My apologies. Let's see, Nocturnal Butterfly. True friends and fans will be happy for you, Will. Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point. See, I'm so thankful for you guys, and I'm bouncing off these ideas because I believe in you guys. And I believe in everybody in my chat room. Pooh, everybody. And I'm thankful for everybody. I don't take anybody for granted because I value everybody's friendship. I've been a loner for a long time because I just didn't want to get near people, and I didn't want to have anybody's negativity raining on my life. And all this other stuff. But you know what? I'm learning all over again the value of good people. I'm very thankful for all they do. Let's see what Pooh says. Eric makes you hungry for more 30 minutes after watching. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm at the 41-minute mark. Now, I'm using earbuds, so I wonder, you know what? Carter Savage, you're a genius, dude. You really are. You are a visionary and you are wonderful. Mark's offline. I was going to ask him. I'm just going to type Mark real quick. And, I think that it's very, very important to keep pushing forward. I'm texting Mark right now, seeing if he can call me to do a phone. Let's see. I just text him, Cutter, so we'll see what happens. Let's see, Poo. What does Poo Ninja have to say? Yep. How about down here? People are the best thing and the worst thing about this planet. Just be careful who you associate with and you'll have a great life. That's what I'm trying to say. And Poo Ninja, you hit the nail right on the head. You know? And I agree with Nocturnal Butterfly. It is a very sad thing. True Nocturnal, yeah. Let's see, Nocturnal Butterfly. True friends and fans will be happy for you, yep. You know, that's why I respect you so much, Sandra Lee and Eric and just the whole broadband household. Because, you know what, you're good people. Everybody here in the chat is great. Everybody here in the chat is wonderful. Indeedy, Pooh. Yeah, you know, that's very important. So, it looks like what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to make this a live thing. I'm gonna do a combination of two things. The first thing is I'm gonna get out all the packages together, and I'm gonna do 2 at a time, or maybe 2 continuous separate live streams, or just do one giant live stream. But I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it next week. I may do it Friday, because I really have to get this stuff unboxed so I can start setting up my new protection place. Let's see, Cutter Savage says, take care, Poo Ninja. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Pooh. I hope this was a positive experience for you. We all need some positivity in our life. We all do. Poo Ninja, I gotta go do some work. Have a good one. I still need to catch up on the Epitome video. Well, yeah, anytime, Pooh. It's right there. right there on my social media, on my YouTube. Thanks for coming in, Pooh. Thanks for hanging out. So, I was talking to everybody about a laptop. I'm on a laptop right now. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm in my living room. On the main computer rig, I have a feedback problem using the microphone and the audio coming out of the speakers that the webcam is above is feedbacking off of each other. So I got some earbuds, and yesterday I frantically just grabbed my tablet, threw some earbuds in, and that's how I did the FU-tone show. Then yesterday afternoon I grabbed one of my laptops, and voila, this seems to be working the best. It seems to be working the best. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. And I have one other thumbnail to make coming up. Well, actually, it won't be live, but since I'm going to start in an effort to become a more serious brand, and branding Hanging with the Dreamer, I'm going to start doing recorded interviews. And then I'll be posting recorded interviews as I do them on the Facebook like page that I'm still, the Facebook like page for this show right here, Hanging with the Dreamer. As I do these recorded interviews, I'll be releasing them on my YouTube channel, which I have to create a new YouTube channel now. And I'm actually feeling pretty confident, pretty excited about that. Just for this show. Then I could start posting on a new YouTube channel and link the new YouTube channel and the new like page together. And we're off to the races. Hanging with the Dreamer will officially be its own thing. So that's what I'm getting ready to do, and that's one of the reasons why I have to get these unboxings out of the way. And 3 unboxings and 1 unbagging. Excuse me, folks. Pardon me. What I think is let me tell you what I have. Let me just share the things that I have. Number 1, I'm getting the 4th and final thing today, and I'm not going to say, but Cutter Savage, you know what it is. And I'm very excited about it, and I didn't think I was going to get it for a whole year because of this whole COVID thing. Has messed everything up. But I have that. It is a guitar, and I have that to unbox. Plus, I also have my new HDMI camera switcher from Blackmagic Designs to unbox. And I'll be giving shout outs to the company while I do this. And a very special shout out to Matt's Audio and Video for helping me out with getting the HDMI camera switcher. Big shout out. Another thing that, it's kind of an unbagging. um, is there's a band in Germany that I'm really into. They're called Mono Inc. And they did a tour, the symphonic tour, with a full-on orchestra. And they did, so I have their symphonic DVD I'm going to unbox. It's actually a whole box set. And that's a very special moment in my life. So I want to share that with all you dreamers, and I want to share that with the world. Plus also, hey, Mark Nash will call. It looks like, folks, Mark Nash is going to call me, and we're going to try and do this over the phone. So hold on, guys. Let's see how this is going to work, because I'm using the microphone in my earbuds. Hey, Cutter, Mark Nash is going to call me right now, dude. We're going to still have him on. Wow, I'm excited. I've never done one like this before. I've never done one like this before. So what I'll do, be creative, right? Stay creative. Isn't that what I'm always saying? Let's, okay, just saw my number. He's going to call me right now, folks. I'm going to put him on speaker. And while we're waiting for Mark Nash to call me, yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. It will be, Cutter. It will be. I'm very, very excited. And here's Mr. Mark Nash. Mark Nash, you are live on Hanging with the Dreamer.
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Just trying to figure out this computer thing. There must be some kind of glitch or something. Everything's set to work, but camera's not working, so
Well,
kind of frustrating.
well, it gets like that. It gets like that. You know, I'll have to. Let's see. I've never really done this with a phone over a phone before, so I just want to see everybody in the chat. We have some good people in the chat right now, and can somebody in the chat please tell me if Mark's voice is coming over, and if it's being registered? Here, I'm going to go to my camera and mic settings. I'm going to go to audio. Check. Mark, you want to say a few words to the good people?
Can everybody hear me?
You're registering. Let's see. I see your voice coming up, so let's see. Oh, you are live, my friend, and yes, everybody can hear you. Well, all right. All right. So, Mark Nash, man, tell me, what is going on with Area 53?
Well, let's see. We made some personnel changes. And what we're doing, the new bass player we have is a guy that I played with in Poison Whiskey, and he's a great bass player, great keyboard player, multi-instrumentalist, does lead vocals and harmony vocals, just multi-talented, and we're really thrilled to to have him in the band, and I'm really glad to be back playing with him again. We got along great and did some good stuff together. He's a rocker like the rest of us, and he recommended a singer that he had played with in another band he was in a couple of years ago called Redemption, and her name is Angela Lynn. We call her Angel. That's her stage name.
Oh, cool.
And she's fantastic. Just doing great. What we're doing right now is adding a whole bunch of new stuff to the list. And everybody's kind of getting up to speed on all the new stuff and, getting everything down, putting a show together. And there's talk of, possibly doing some originals soon once we get all this stuff behind us. As far as gigs go, it's still kind of iffy around here with this virus situation.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of contacts for outdoor type stuff. So as soon as we get ready, which we figure will be maybe a couple more rehearsals, then we'll be ready to get out there, and we've already got some possible gigs lined up. A lot of places are just waiting to see what's going to happen with the virus situation in their states. So it's kind of a wait and see game right now, still, like it was a couple months ago. So we're trying to focus more on outdoor type gigs because the bars are having a real hard time right now, all the clubs, because of the social distancing. So that's pretty much where we're at. We're all excited. It's a fantastic lineup. We all get along great. We love the same kind of stuff. Just a great bunch of people, and everybody's eager to get going, and everybody puts in 110%. So it's going to be fantastic once we actually get out there, and everybody's itching to go. We're all ready, to get out there and start playing again and entertain people. So that's pretty much where we're at. We're real pleased with the lineup. It's just great. Me and Mr. Beers work well together. Now we've got lots of background harmony vocals that we didn't have before. So the extra instrumentation with keyboards really helps our song selection. It helps widen what we're able to do. So we're going to have a lot of songs that you may not have heard bands do before. And we do mainly covers, right now. So, and there are a lot of songs that, not have the instrumentation to do, but we have it now. So we're in, we have the vocal ability. So we're going to be adding some stuff that people haven't heard in many, many, many years or have never heard by a band.
Yeah.
So we're all excited about it. Everybody's raring to go, and we're just waiting until things kind of
it's so cool.
die down around our area, our region, and then we'll be out there and playing, and hopefully you'll see videos and all that kind of stuff. We're doing a lot of contacts with motorcycle dealerships. They like to have events outside.
Yes.
And a lot of them have stages that they built. So we're possibly looking at doing Thunder Beach Bike Week in Panama City Beach in October. They want us. They're just waiting to see what's going to go on, with the virus situation at that point. So we'll see, but we'll be out there as soon as we possibly can. So we're all excited and ready to go.
Well, Nocturnal Butterfly, my good friend Sandra Lee here in the chat, she says hello to you.
Hello, how you doing?
And I'll tell you, Mark, really, if you could possibly give my family of dreamers here a little breakdown, what would you say are your top 3 favorite guitar tones?
Guitar tones.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's going to require some thought.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, it's a hard one.
well, I mean, as long as I've been playing many decades, I like a lot of different tones. And the guitars that I have, I've gotten because I wanted to be able to achieve a certain tone, for those kinds of particular players, like, Eddie Van Halen comes to mind. I can get real close to his tone with, I'm not saying it's exact by any means, but I can get close to it with my Charvel and my Splon amp,
Yeah,
Splon Quick Rod.
yeah,
I like Eddie's tone. They always called it the brown sound. It's a really kind of warm tone, but it can cut when it needs to, and a lot of that is in Eddie's hands. The tone really comes from the player. But I like my favorite wood combination on guitars is mahogany body, maple top. And the last 2 Deans that I've ordered have been spec'd like that. So it gets a really full, thick tone, but the maple top allows it to cut through.
yeah,
I love humbuckers. You get a big, wide open, fat, crunchy sound with a humbucker, which works great for the kind of stuff that I like to do,
yes,
both personally and in bands. So I guess I'd have to say, as far as guitar tones, Van Halen, Doug Aldrich comes to mind. He's
yeah,
primarily a Les Paul player. He gets a really good, thick, crunchy, warm tone.
yep,
And John Sykes from the 1987 Whitesnake album. He's got just a monstrous tone, and when everybody heard that album, they were just amazed by not only the guitar work but the sound that he had. I don't know that I can get close to his sound because I don't have his amps that he used, but a good Les Paul with great pickups. Dominger makes some great pickups. I have them in my guitars, and I've been using the raw neck and slasher set in my Les Paul, my Gold Top, and it's really, really thick and crunchy, but it can cut through the mix when it needs to. So that's one of the things that I look for: the maple and mahogany combo, plus the thick, warm, crunchy, big tone, Les Paul kind of tone. My Deans, like I said, have that mahogany maple wood combo, and the one I've got on order has the same thing: mahogany body and maple top, but it'll be a solid finish. So that's really my favorite guitar tone as far as wood combination. But those guys, Eddie Van Halen, Doug Aldrich, and John Sykes, those are probably my favorite tones overall.
yes, yes, and I can really relate with the John Sykes choice. I remember the very first time that I heard John Sykes, and it's something that I will never ever forget. And it's very John Sykes' tone is just so thick and so fat and so juicy that it's and just sustained for days, and
Yeah.
it just grabs a hold of you. It just moves you. It stirs something inside of you up. It's awesome. So my good friend Cutter Savage there says hi, and he has a question. How about the solo tone from the whole Lot of Love breakdown solo? Zeppelin.
Zeppelin tone. Run that by me again. The Zeppelin solo tone.
Yeah, out from Whole Lot of Love, from the solo breakdown in song Whole Lot of Love.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's funny you should mention that. Thanks, Cutter. That's actually on our list to do. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know it, but we haven't worked it up yet as this particular unit. We've all played it before. But we're going to do some different things with it. We've been talking about some interesting changes during the middle section. But yeah, that, Page's tone on a lot of that stuff, particularly that song, it cuts through. It's a good sound. It really goes well with the overall band sound and tonality in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm a big Zeppelin fan. I've done not a whole lot, but some Zeppelin over the years. And, back then, everybody in the late 70s did Stairway.
Yeah.
You do it live, and then, Immigrant Song,
Oh, that's great.
Whole Lot of Love,
Yeah.
Living, Loving, Made, just a few examples. But yeah, I think that's a cool tone. I mean, Page was the master. Ace Frehley from Kiss, Jimmy Page is one of his heroes.
Yes.
So, that says a lot about Page. I mean, everybody listened to him growing up and kind of copped his licks. But yeah, it's a good tone. It's a killer song, too. I love that song.
Well, Mark, my good friend Cutter Savage, also mentioned the EVH 1984 tone.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie, gosh, he's a, I guess you would call him a tone chaser, because he's always tinkering with stuff.
Yeah.
And even he said that about himself.
Yeah.
So his tone changed quite a bit, from album to album, particularly in the later years, before after the Hagar era, when he got Sammy in there. But it's hard to nail down, anything Eddie. He's got a great ear for it, and a lot of his stuff, like we do some Van Halen, we do some early Van Halen, we do some kind of middle era Van Halen, later David Lee Roth stuff. So, I try to get as close as I can to those tones. I do like the 84 tone. I'm more partial, however, to the early stuff, the first and second albums.
Yeah.
Those really blew my mind. Like every guitar player, when Eddie came out, it was like, what is this? And how am I going to figure this out? So,
Yeah.
But the tone was another thing. I mean, people automatically and immediately started trying to get his tone.
Mm-hmm.
And people get close, but the thing is, like I said before, it's pretty much all in the player. It's all in the fingers. I mean, Eddie could pick up somebody else's guitar and still sound like Eddie, even though it's not Eddie's guitar. So yeah, I mean, he's had great tones over the years. And speaking of that, I've recently started using, me and the other guitar player, James, have started using EVH 5153 50-watt heads.
Right on. That's awesome.
We're both using them at rehearsal, and we used them live on gigs before all this virus stuff started shutting everything down.
Yeah.
And that's Eddie's tone in an amp, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
And we love it. I mean, the tone that we get out of them for what we do really works well. It's thick and warm, big, fat, open sound, but at the same time, it cuts through. So I guess that's what what Eddie wanted out of it, and it certainly delivers. So, so I've got that one plus my old PV5150, and they both give great tones. The Splon is more, I guess, modern rock. I mean, it can do the Van Halen stuff pretty easily. It's got a couple of settings on there which allow you to get really, really close to the Brown sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the EVH 5153 works really well for what we're doing now. So we're kind of experimenting with those right now. We both have a few different amps, and we kind of throw them in and out, and try different ones to see what works for this song or that song or whatever. So yeah, Eddie's tone is phenomenal. Even though it's changed over the years, I don't think he's ever really had a bad tone. It's just different every time, and that just shows that he's always searching for something.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, yesterday it was revealed to me. I got a chance to check out the 2020 EVH Wolfgang special, purple with a sparkle purple finish.
Oh, cool.
And sweet. I was just like, no way, man. Because I remember when the red sparkle came out last year, and now the purple sparkle is out. And it was absolutely mind-blowing. Eddie really, he gives his ideas to his developers, and he tells the developers what he wants. And I'll tell you, some of this stuff, some of the guitars, imports, are basically almost getting to the point to where they're better playing, better sounding instruments than the USA made ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking about that.
Well, that's true. I mean, I've noticed over the years, many years, that the quality of import guitars has increased dramatically from what it was when I first started out playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as an example, I've got a Dean Z custom shop, and I've also got a Dean Z Select, which is an Indonesian import with a Floyd on it, and I mean, it plays fantastic. It's a fantastic neck, very slick, very fast, easy to play, jumbo frets, good woods, ebony fingerboard, mahogany body, maple top. So it's way better, light years better than what was available, during my first 5 or 6, 7, 8 years playing guitar. So yeah, the quality has really come up. I would love to check out one of those EVH guitars. I've heard lots of good things about them. The last time I played one was probably about 11 years ago. So at a buddy's store that I worked at, I used to teach there. But yeah, from what I hear, they're fantastic, and the quality just keeps getting better and better every year.
Yeah. Yep. Well, over here, that's for sure, Mark. Over here in the chat, we've got Music Gear Network. My good friend from the Great White North in Canada, Eric Broadbent, saying that's all that he used to use was the EVH 5150 300-watt stack with two 5153 lunchbox amps. And he went from that to now he's only digital, because he's with Line 6 now, and he uses the Line 6 Helix. But I remember when I first heard, well, actually, the very first time I ever heard an EVH amp was actually when I bought the PV. The very first signature head for Eddie when he was still with PV. That's a killer, killer tone right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cutter Savage also said Music Gear Network, I gradually gain interested into the Helix. I need to pay for a bunch of album related stuff first. Oh yeah, Cutter Savage has a new album coming out pretty soon. And he's gonna do a 3-day hang with me live on the show.
Okay,
And we're gonna do a 3-day album release party. It's gonna be cool.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Back in Nocturnal Butterfly had stepped away. She's back and listening. Let's see. Cutter Savage also says, "Yeah, the Pete Thorne episode got me more interested on the Helix. I was afraid
Okay.
of the complexity, but it sounds very easy to use." Well, yeah. um, Pete Thorne does great videos on the Helix, and Pete Thorne is another phenomenal player and a very kind human being, great guy, and I've learned a lot from him from his videos. Um, well, on the subject of playing live, I made this offer yesterday afternoon to Body Bag Union in Canada. Um, and I wanna make the offer to you also. Seeing as how that I met somebody who I'm not really ready yet to go public with, but I met somebody. Well, I will next week. Who's been really helping keep my vision clear in the direction that I want to go with my show, with my brand, Hanging with the Dreamer. And because of that, I want to keep the positivity going. And so I want to keep it going. I want to do the right thing, and I made this offer already to one other band. I'll make this offer to Mr. Mark Nash in Area 53. I would love to promote you guys on my Facebook page, on my personal profile page. And I would love to maybe have some live videos that I could share on my personal Facebook page. And I would also love to figure out a way to get either a live remote jam going on live here on the show, live on Hanging with the Dreamer of Area 53, or get something to that effect. But I would love to help you guys all I can to just promote you guys on my personal Facebook page, because I believe in what Area 53 is about. I believe in the direction that Area 53 is going, and I want to back you guys up, man. I want to advertise you guys, and I want to promote you guys, and I'm gonna do the same, make the same offer to Cutter Savage as his album gets closer to being released, and I wanna keep the positivity going. I met somebody who instilled a new vision in my head and my mind, and I saw the new vision materialize right in my living room, broad daylight. I started to see an outline of the new vision come into reality, and pardon me, and sorry. I'm sorry about that, Mark. I had a little tickle in my throat. Um, so I do apologize. So I want to keep that going. So I would like to make that offer to you.
Okay. Well, I speak for everybody when I say we really and truly appreciate it. Let me talk to everybody else and just kind of fill them in, on what you're discussing here. And it's funny you should mention this because we have procured a place near us where we're going to set up and record videos for, our press packet and promo pack that we're going to be sending out.
There you go.
So there might be an opportunity, if we can arrange this properly, to, possibly do a live remote from this venue where we'll be recording these videos.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, let me, I really appreciate it, and I'll pass it along to everybody else, and we'll see what we can come up with to help with that. We would certainly appreciate the opportunity. So yeah, thank you very much.
Well, I am more than happy to do this. You and I have gotten to know each other off camera, and better. And I would definitely say that we're getting to know each other better. And you're cool with me, man. And I want to do this. I want to do this for you guys. My life is not getting any longer, and I just want to. I want to do this from my heart. I want to do this. I really appreciate everything you do, and I appreciate all the great advice that you've given me. And I appreciate your tone. I appreciate your choice in guitar tone. I love your guitar tone. Every video that I see on Facebook that you post, you have this killer guitar tone that's just fat, and it's big, and it's thunderous, and it's thick, and I love listening to it. It reminds me of the, if I may, Mark, your guitar tone reminds me of an 80s John Sykes tone. And I'm very, very, very blown away by it. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's the kind of tone I like. I would be, more than happy to help you out with this. Like I said, let me run it by everybody else just so they know, because I know, some of the guys are working and they may not be able to be listening in today. I'll definitely let them know and keep you posted on, what we may be able to arrange with this venue for doing some kind of a live remote, which I think would be a great idea considering the state of things right now where, bars and clubs are pretty much shut down, so the entertainment industry is suffering for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But that'd be a great idea. Yeah, I like that, and we'll definitely we're interested. Just got to figure out the logistics of it, But that can happen too. So we'll get on that and see what we can do.
Cool. I'm open to everything. I'm open. I was just talking about before you called. Before you were able to come and do the show today, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for sticking with it, and it was actually my good friend Cutter Savage that is in the chat right now, who actually gave me this idea. Have Mark call in. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Boy, I jumped on it right away. I'm like, this is a fantastic idea, and I'm glad everybody can hear you.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Again, my apologies for the computer glitch. I'll get it figured out one of these days, so maybe next time, we'll actually be able to see each other.
Definitely. Without a doubt, without a doubt. So, what would you say? I've got to ask. I've got to ask you this, Mark. I'll be real remiss that if I didn't ask you, Mark. What is your what do you like? What are the things you like about the Dean Thoroughbred?
About the what? The what? I'm
The,
sorry.
no, that's okay. The Dean Thoroughbred.
Oh, the Dean Thoroughbred. Wow. What's not to like? I think it's a great guitar. I actually want one. I mean, I love all guitars. I love all shapes. I'd love to be, you know, uh, independently wealthy enough to be able to own one of everything at least. But
Me too.
I like the shape. It's very, very comfortable sitting or standing. It's very Les Paul-like. You know, there's no denying that. Controls are in the same place. The switch is on the top horn. And it's just very comfortable to play. It's a shape that I'm used to. I like what they're doing with them. I like the Select series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fret access, Dean's fret access is phenomenal. It's fantastic on the Z bodies and the V bodies, obviously, and it looks to be the same way on the Thoroughbred as well. But you know, I like the looks, the way it looks, the inlays, I like the wood choice they use, and I'm sure it sounds great. I have yet to play one in person because, I mean, I live in a small place and we only have one music store and they don't carry Dean. So if I want to play a Dean, I have to see if the store in Atlanta has one, you know. So I have to drive 2 hours to Atlanta to try to play one. But I think they're great guitars. I think they're, you know, like I said, their imports are a lot better, light years better than what I grew up with. I think they're reaching a wide audience with it. I like the shape. It's just a really cool looking, comfortable guitar, and I'd love to hear how it sounds.
Well, that may happen. And I'm really excited because I've never owned a Dean ever in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I saw, the Scary Cherry Dean Thoroughbred Deluxe of Select Series new for 2020, that thing looks wicked, and if it plays as good as it looks, wow, I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm gonna find out soon enough, and we may be all finding out together. Um, if I have my way about it. Cutter Savage also says, "Will, I love this. I love that you support musicians with your show. I love positivity. Thank you, Cutter. Well, you know, my vision is my vision, and I know that I'm not getting any younger. And because of the kill zone that I live in the middle of in Los Angeles County, and it turns out that an elderly woman who lives in the park I live in, she died from COVID just the other day.
Oh my goodness.
So COVID is very close to me, and it
Yeah.
scares me, and I that's why, you know, that's why I do what I do. I life is too short and light to waste, and you know, life is an opportunity, um, and I want to see it. I'm excited with the new direction that Hanging with Dreamers gonna go, and I feel good about it. I feel pretty confident about it. And thank you, by the way, for your kind comment, Cutter. I'm just trying to do my part, keep our music alive. You know, it's very important to me to do that. One of my missions, my mission statement for Hanging with Dreamer and for Guitars Dreaming 352, is that I want to keep our music alive, and I want to do my part. And whatever that may be, whether it be my shows, some playing, whatever that may be, I want to do my part to keep our music alive because, quite frankly, there's just nothing better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking for myself, I really appreciate you asking me on your show as many times as you have, and supporting me in what I do and supporting the bands that I've been in. Currently Area 53 is the only band I'm in, and I don't foresee me, going anywhere. These guys are way too much fun.
That's
so,
awesome.
So yeah, I appreciate everything you do for me and for the band, and I'll be glad to help you in any way that I can.
Well,
So
thank you,
whatever
Mark.
you need, just yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you, Mark. No, I heard you, and I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and it means a great deal. I'm very honored and I'm very blessed that you're a friend of mine and that you are watching this thing actually, mm, perhaps maybe become its own thing, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm shooting for, and that's what I would wish for you in Area 53. I would I would wish that. And what that kind of leads me to my next question, Mark, that I had.
Mhm.
Your singer Angel, what would you say is Angel's biggest influences as far as lead vocalists go?
Oh boy, she has a wide range of things that she does vocally, and so I do know that she likes a lot of different things, um, different styles. She does. She's a singer-songwriter as well as our lead vocalist, and she does solo acoustic shows. So she will take popular songs or older songs that people may not have heard in a long time, and she'll do her own arrangement of them. And she's fantastic at it. And as far as her influences, she's also a music teacher, by the way. So as far as her influences, I think they're just too widely varied to really narrow it down. I'm sure she could tell you more, and I don't really want to speak for her. I'm just trying to give a description of, what I've been exposed to, since she's been in the band. But she does have a wide variety of things that she likes, so I'm sure that her influences, are across the board, lots of different things. So I'd hate to, say one thing or the other. I would rather her, talk about that. Or I can find out. I mean, I can find out and let you know. But she does lots of things really well. Obviously, we're adding some songs that are female vocalist fronted, like Pat Benatar and Hart.
There you go.
And she does those fantastically. So I think she's just influenced by a lot of different things. I think she tries to take in everything she can, and it just kind of comes out the way it comes out. The way a musician, say a guitar player or a drummer or a bass player might pick up on certain styles, and it kind of morphs into what they do, becomes part of them. So venture to say that she's probably like that. She kind of soaks in a little bit of everything, and it becomes who she is, musically.
Well,
So, yeah, she does like a lot of different stuff, but I'd hate to say just one thing. It's, I might get in trouble if I say the wrong thing or something,
Well, I'll tell you what. There's before I that's going to lead me to the next thing that I wanted to make sure to tell you, or not really tell you anything, but just share with you. My good friend Nocturnal Butterfly says, "Great interview, guys. Thanks so much." And then she says, "Unfortunately," Mark said, "Thank you, Sandra. Unfortunately, I have to jet, but I will watch the rest. I'll watch the rest of the show in a bit. Take care. Stay safe. Much love." Thank you, Nocturnal Butterfly. Be safe out there. It's crazy. Nocturnal Butterfly says, "Spank that." Oh, they're wonderful up there in Canada. I love them. Cutter says, "I have to take out too. Take care, everyone." Hey, Cutter, thank you for the great ideas, bro. Thanks for hanging out
Thanks,
with me.
Cutter.
Thanks for hanging out with me and Mark. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Cutter.
Let's see. Music Gear Network says, "I have to jump out as well." Cheers, Mark and Will. Cheers, Music Gear Network. Dwight Bailey.
What's that?
Well, that was Music Gear Network.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, that's okay. The Music Gear Network?
Music Gear Network?
Yeah. My good buddy Eric Broadband up in Canada.
Oh, okay. I got you.
He says I have to jump out as well. Cheers, Mark and Will. Thanks for watching, Eric. And Dwight Bailey says, "Cheers, Music Gear Network." So I now have the option. What I wanted to mention is I now have the option to have up to 10 people on at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And with that being said, I would love to have all the members of Area 53 on at the same time. And basically, I just like to learn about everybody. I'd like to see what everybody's about. And I think that would make for a real fun show.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll talk to everybody and let them know about it. And see, how we could arrange that for you. The logistics might make it so that we might have to do it on a weekend or something.
Oh, sure.
But job considerations and whatnot. But,
yeah.
I'll let them know and get back to you on that.
Sounds good, Mark. That would be wonderful. I'd love to have everybody in the band together at once, and I think that it would really show a real good, just exactly how tight the synergy is in the band, and which of course that's what makes a good band, is having that synergy and having that personal connection in relation to each other. They we were talking about gear. Have you changed your pedal board around at all?
Actually, I have. The only thing I've done to it is what we do is James and I, for a variety of reasons, kind of like tuning in E flat instead of standard pitch. But here's the weird thing: all our guitars guitars are in standard pitch, but we use the Digitech drop pedal.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
we're tuned standard, but we drop everything down a half step, so it gives it a little bit heavier, fuller sound, and it's easier vocally as well. I mean, you know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so I can't sing as high as I used to. It helps with the vocals, and but that's really the only thing I've done. I mean, I have a foot switch for the new EVH amp on my pedal board, but the only new pedal I have is that drop pedal. I'm still using the Crybaby Wah Boss Tuner, the Magic Box Rocket Fuel Doug Aldrich pedal.
Oh, yeah.
MXR Phaser, MXR Chorus, and TC Electronics Reverb, and MXR Carbon Copy Bright Digital Delay. And,
man.
That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm just kind of an old school guy. I like pedals where I can, you know, click them in and out of the signal path as they're needed. You know, and I don't use them all the time. I just use them for certain flavorings for certain songs if they need it. You know, like a chorus on a power ballad, or you know, delay for a solo, or something like that. So yeah, that's what I do. But no, nothing's changed really except for the addition of that drop pedal. That's about it.
Well, you know, it's that drop pedal. I remember when Digitech first came out with it. I was looking at it. I was like, wow. I remember thinking to myself, now I don't need to have like 8 guitars. I've got this drop pedal. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Well, and then I discovered, wait a minute, I kind of like the idea of having 8 guitars.
Yeah, definitely.
So I never got it. but I'm glad you're using it though. That's cool, man. That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's a lot of fun.
Mark, do you find that it's easier? I mean, how difficult is it to still get a good live stage mix when everybody's running live cabinets?
You know, it's just what I'm used to. I mean, that's the way I grew up playing in bands. And certainly, you know, we had the Godzilla stage volume in the 80s. And we toned it down a bit. We're not near as loud now these days as we were back then. We have a great PA system. We can play any, you know, pretty much any outdoor venue, at least the ones of the size that we have played before and possibly bigger. We got plenty of power. It's a powered system. Digital analog board with built-in digital effects. I'm old school in that I like hearing my amp behind me. There's just a feeling you get, you know, and certain other things that I don't think would be as easily achieved with a smaller rig as they are with a larger rig. I mean, I don't use full stacks anymore. We normally just use one 412 cabinet and our heads, but we're not really that loud compared to what we were in the 80s.
Yeah.
So, but I like it. I mean, I like to be able to hear everything and feel everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, I mean, when I go home to Monroe, Louisiana and play with all my buddies from Foothill and Dorian's Fall back there, we crank it up. You know, that's the way we always played, was pretty loud. And, of course, they have the PA there, too, to handle all that. So I can deal with it either way. I've thought about, you know, getting a head rush unit or something like that. But I don't know. I just like the feel of an amp behind me. You know, that volume, and to be able to hear it, and find that off-axis spot where you can hear everything you need to hear, whether it's drums, vocals, bass, other guitar, all that stuff, and still hear yourself without anything overpowering anything else. So it's, I mean, as far as we're concerned, we really haven't had many problems getting a live stage mix. Like I said, a lot of it depends on the volume you're at, and we're not as loud as we used to be years ago. And it depends on the club you're in, the venue you're in. Some places have brick walls. We played in a place that had a vaulted aluminum ceiling. And that was a little bit difficult because the sound just kind of bounced around and went everywhere in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just depends on the way the place is constructed. But we haven't had, you know, any serious problems getting a good live stage sound or mix out of it. So I guess we've been fortunate.
Well, do you use, like, what's your basic, if you don't mind sharing with my army of dreamers here, what's your basic setting for, like, just a fundamental starting tone that you would build on?
Oh, for guitar amps,
yeah.
I would, there's so many variables in tone. Most of it comes from the player, but, you know, your strings, your pickups, guitar wood, everything has an impact on tone. You know, so there are a lot of different variables. But what I learned to do early on was set my controls at pretty much 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And, you know, add to taste or take out based on, you know, the other guy's sound. I know in previous bands where we've had two guitar players, one guy will have a particular type of sound, and I'll change my tone to mesh with his better rather than to try to overpower him, or not by design, but, you know, where we have frequencies fighting for space. One band I was in, the other guitar player used a pretty martially mid-rangey tone. And he had a lot more mids in his mix than I did. So what I did was I scooped my mids and used more low ends and treble.
No, there you go.
So it made for a really big, fat, one huge guitar sound. And that's kind of what James and I have right now. We don't really scoop the mids too much, but the way our amps work and the guitars that we use, it sounds like one huge guitar. And that's always been something that I've always wanted. I didn't want guitar players, you know, frequencies fighting each other. I wanted it to sound like a big guitar. Kind of the Kiss theory back in the makeup days when they were wearing makeup and everything. They had it sounding like a huge guitar. One guy would play low chords and the other guy would play octave chords or something like that. And that's kind of what we do. I got into that habit years ago, trying to play complementary chords to what the other guy was doing. So if you're going to try to build a tone, keep in mind that, you know, the tone in your jam studio or your bedroom or whatever is going to be a lot different than a live tone. But first thing you need to do is find something that's pleasant to your ear. And I would say start with your controls at 12 o'clock and then adjust to taste depending on what you want to hear out of your sound and your guitar. You know, so it takes a lot of fiddling around with, for sure. But it's part of the fun, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it tone is like it's such an elusive thing, and you could hear something and go, oh, wait a minute, what was that? And then you'll never find it again. And it'll be like, wait, where'd it go? You know? Tone, man. Tone. Well, and then then you find out like 2 days later, you're like, wait a minute, there it was. Where'd it go? I couldn't find it 2 days ago. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
It was there the whole time.
Hmm.
Kind of like looking for your car keys
Yeah.
or your phone. It's like it's right there in front of you. Well, I'll tell you, this has been a very, very wonderful conversation, and I would definitely like to make the offer, that for you to come back, and we'll do I like to do it like on a weekend if schedules can arrange it. To have everybody on Area 53 on. Um,
Yeah.
and have everybody on together. Have everybody on together. I think that'd be make for a real good, strong show. And I'm very blessed that I know you, Mark Nash, and thank you for being my brother. Thank you for being my friend, and thank you for your kind offers. And because I hear you, I hear you. And I thank you, and I appreciate your brotherhood. I appreciate your friendship, and I just want to promote you, and I want to promote Area 53 all that I can.
Well, I appreciate it, and yeah, glad to be friends with you. I'm glad I met you, and glad you sent me a friend request because we have the common interests, music and guitars and that kind of thing, and I'd like to see you really take off with what you're doing with this brand. So yeah, I'll be glad to pass this along to the guys and gal in the band, and I'll get back with you as soon as we can get an answer as to when we can do it, because everybody lives in a different city.
Mm-hmm.
But we get together on the weekends to practice. But yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I possibly can as to what we can do, and we'll go from there and try to schedule something.
Sounds good, Mark. Sounds good. And I'm going to end real quick. I want to thank everybody, my army of dreamers that are faithful and support me in what I do and support my musical vision. And thank you for being here on the show today. And I've been talking to Mark Nash from Area 53. And I hope to see everybody again very, very soon. I will be doing recorded broadcasts starting next week. That will be aired at a later date. But I will uh, post the thumbnails, and I will talk about who my recorded guests are. And I also just want to encourage everybody before I end today to just stay strong, stay safe, stay smart, and be loving, be positive, be kind to everybody around you because everybody needs it right now. There's a lot of hurt people in this world, and you never know when you'll be talking to one. Be nice, be supportive, and be kind because I truly believe that it will come back to you. And be a nice person. Belong to the Good Guys Network, you guys, and be part of this wonderful thing called love and music and peace. And I want to encourage everybody to keep inspired, keep dreaming, keep pushing forward in your lives, and have faith in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you're too old, or don't let anybody tell you that you're too disabled, you don't have enough experience. Don't buy into it. Know what? Anybody could learn and anybody could have if you just have faith in yourself first and foremost. And last thing I want to say, keep an eye out on Facebook for Hanging with the Dreamers like page. That will be up and running very, very soon. And look for updates with my new production space as I start piecing this thing together. And be good, be nice, stay positive, keep dreaming, and if you believe it, you conceive it, you can achieve it, dreamers. I will see everybody again, and I will be popping on to do my massive unboxing. I've decided to do this, make this a live unboxing. I have 3 brands to give shout outs to, and I have an unbagging to do, and I want to do it, and I want to share this magical moment with all of you. Thank you, everybody.